All right, welcome to Forex Trend Following Academy, where you learn how to trade Forex in 2025. So what if I tell you guys you could have placed this trade right here and ride along with the trend from right around here up until you reach 700 pips, because the entry could have been around this area. I'm going to show you that I also placed the same trade in my Telegram channel, and also I'm going to share with you the strategy and also show you on the trading platform, right? So this trade generated almost 600 pips and I risked 25 pips. So I want to share with you guys how I did it. So first of all, I want to show you the prices that you see right here, and I'm going to show you also on the chart, right? Let's just quickly jump in on MacheTrader, where I'm going to show you where I placed the trade. I want to show you how I pass a funded account challenge with just one trade. So this is the trade that generated almost 15,000 profit, right? And I was only risking 2.5 lots, which is not a lot, right? It's not one of those where someone put a 25 lots and just target maybe 50 pips and then pass the challenge. So I want to show you how you can actually do this and make money each and every day. You can see my losing trades. This was 25 pips stop loss. I was risking the same 2.5 lots. This was my biggest loss for yesterday, which was almost $700, right? This was 300, 390 to 84. So let's quickly go back and then I'm going to show you on the charts, right? So if you check here, this is the entry price, right? The open price is 3228.14. So let's also just drag this up. If you look here, our open price, right, is here. This is the open price. This is 3228.14. The close price 3287.31. 3287.31. You can see it right here on the chart, right? All right. So with that out of the way, I want to show you one more thing. If you check here, my current time on this trade match platform is 7:50, 10 minutes to what? To 8. But if you check my local time, that's about 9:50. This is what? 7:50. So this is 2 hours behind. But in fact, let me just focus on MacheTrader and then MetaTrader time, because this is 7:50, right? But on my MetaTrader, it has to be, let's quickly go to MetaTrader, because I'm going to show you the analysis on MetaTrader. It's almost 10:50, right? Because this is a 15 minutes chart, which means this is 10:50 right here. All right. So on that trade that you saw right here, that it was opened at no, we closed it right here 5:50, which means this is, we said it's 3 hours behind, right? 5:50, which means on MetaTrader we closed it at what? 5:50. It means 6, 7, 8, 8:50, right? So if you mark 8:50 right here, 8:50, I'm not sure, it should be 8:50. It should be on this, somewhere around this candle, right? And then we also want to make sure what time did we enter the trade, right? This was the open price. Okay, let's go to the MacheTrader where the trade was placed. I also shared this trade in my Telegram channel. You can see it right here. This was the trade in my MetaTrader, right? That massive 591 pips. So people might not understand what happened, right? So I also send like some free Forex signals. Whenever we hit a stop loss, we don't hide our losses. We update them as well, right? So you can see this was okay, I'm going to show you this one. So this one, I think I need to update it. It has hit the take profit, right? This is the trade that you see that is running right here on the background, right? So everyone else's take profit was somewhere around here, right? I'm going to come back to this. So let's quickly go back and check on MacheTrader. MacheTrader time when the trade was opened. This was yesterday. At the time of this recording, this was yesterday on 1504. right? So the time when you placed the trade, it was 1829. 1829, we know that we are 3 hours behind, right? 1829, so it means we're saying 19, 20, 21. 21 what? Almost half past 9, right? So we want to look for half past 9 on the chart, right? Half past 9 right there. So you can see that trade that I was telling you, that what if I tell you guys you could have placed this trade from right here up until right here, right? This is 600 pips, right? Now almost 700 something, right? So the reason I close right here, I'm going to explain as we go with the video. Let's go bit by bit so that we understand and we see that there's no manipulation right here, right? So if you remember our entry price, let me just, it was 3228.14, right? You remember that, which is right here, right? So from this entry here to this exit, you can see this price never dropped, right? It only dropped maybe, was this is about what, 20 pips, not even 20 pips, 18 pips maybe. And my stop loss on those trades that I showed you earlier, it shows that it's just 25 pips, right? So which means our stop loss was never hit. It was supposed just maybe around here, right? And then our target was even higher. I think it was somewhere around here. And then we start seeing the price almost hit and then start dropping. That's when I decided I have to close the trade and secure the win, right? So you can see this is a simple 600 pips. All right. So I want to share with you the strategy why I entered this trade. All right. So I know most of you guys, you use trend lines to try and find these trades. Personally, I don't use trend lines, but I just want to show you why people end up failing to make money in the markets, right? Most of you guys, I know most of the guys who are using trend lines or these channels, they mark the highest point right here, right? And then most of the time, these guys are waiting that the price should break out and retest, and then they enter, right? So as you can see, this was a breakout candle right here. Before you know it, it's already up here. It's already up here. You are still waiting that it's going to what? It's going to come back and retest right here, right? So you can see this trade never retests. It went up all the way up until here, which means it moved about almost 170 from the breakout. From the breakout candle, it moved 130 pips before you could see a proper rejection right here. So this was a massive, huge rejection where people will start thinking that it's going to go back to touch here, and then we enter the trade, right? So at some point, it actually managed to drop from year to year. Before you know it, it's already up another 80 pips, right? It's already up. So it never came back to retest, right? Which is why I don't think, okay, in some cases you may get some of these trades, but I don't think it's a good way to trade. I want to show you the easiest way and how I do it. So this is actually a running trade right now. If I can go to my terminal and show you the trade, right? So this trade is actually on a managed account. This is an account that I started yesterday as well. So you can see we managed to get 1,000, but the previous two trades I lost them. That's why you see I lost the two trades. I was up, I think I lost 700 if I'm not mistaken. I think it should just show. Anyway, let us not get distracted. All right, so I want to share with you why I entered that trade, right? So first of all, if you go up here, you can see this is my trading system, right? And this is the other one. I have so many trading systems that are very accurate, and they are also non-repainting, which means whatever signal that they give you, it's either it's a winning signal or it's a losing signal. It doesn't come back and repaint, right? So I want to show you, we both agree let me show you something. You go to a higher time frame, right? Or before we go to a higher time frame, I want to show you this. When the blue line crosses above the red line, we are only looking for buy opportunities, right? When the blue line crosses, like on this one, it crosses the middle line, we are only looking for what? For buy signals, right? So this is a non-repainting system, which means all the signals that you see that are here, like we both agree, this is when this crosses. This also maybe wait a little bit here, it crosses also. We also agree that the price was also moving, going down. When this crosses here, the red line crosses below the zero line, that means a sell. The red line crosses above the blue line, which was going to be somewhere here, right? That means a sell. So I also placed one more trade from here to here. I almost raked in. I think I got 100 pips. I don't remember if I sent this one in the channel as well. Let's just quickly check. Not this one. Not this one. Yeah, this is the trade, right? So I also sent this signal yesterday, right? So if you check here, this is 2518, and the take profits was what? 147, right? You can see it right here. This is the take profit that was hit, right? So this signal I also send it in the, I moved my stop to break even on this trade, but you can see this was 2518, right? So I want to show you where was 2518 before I start showing you the strategy, right? If I do like this, let me change the color. Oops. So I want to change the color so that it's easy for you guys to see these trades when I'm talking. Or it was saying what? 25 what? 2518, right? Two 518, right? Oops. It has to be 3225.18, right? What happened right there? All right. In fact, let me remove these lines here. I want to be looking at one price, right? Let me change the color. All right. So it says 3225.18, is it? I'm not sure. 25.18. I just want to show you that I'm very transparent, right? All right. So you can see this line is right here, right? So which means this was where the sell trade was, right? Let's check the time. I think the Telegram time is also the same with my location time. So you can see this was around 12:22. So on the MetaTrader, it has to be around, I think the difference is just 1 hour, right? 12:22, it means it has to be 13:22, which is somewhere here. You see, this is 13:00. So 22 should be here on this candle here, right? Which means we started selling from here, right? From here. So if I can scroll down, I want you to see that this is a huge move right here. But the fact that there's another massive 700 move here, you can see the take profit is about to hit here, right? This is the trade I was showing you that was running. So right here, you can see from here to here, there was almost 120 pips, right? So if you remember, also on this signal, the TP was around 14.79, 14.79, which is somewhere around here. 3 to 14.79, 14.79. It was hit right here on this candle. This was a nice trade right here, right? 100 pips hit right here, right? So the reason I placed this sell trade is because here this was a what? The red was above the blue, which simply means this is a sell trade. This also crossed below. This is a sell trade, right? All right. So this one I did not target a 1s to 20, like what I did on this trade here from here to here. This was almost 1s to 20, 600 pips, risking only 25 pips. The reason why I target 1s to 100 here was I was going against the trend. So let's quickly go back. All right, the take profit has been hit right here. We can see it, right? It was hit, the trade was closed. So let's quickly go to the strategy itself, right? So what I do, I load my charts, I load my trading system, right? I go to a higher time frame, which is H4, right? So I'm going to remove all these, right? All right. So we both agree that if the blue line crosses above the red, we are looking for buy opportunities, right? So in this case, we're going to just simply put our what? We both agree this is already crossed, and then the other one crossed a little bit late. So we can say maybe here, right? So since we cross here, which means we are only looking for buy trades from this moment on up until we reach right around here, right? So from here we are looking for sell trades, right? So if you know how my trading system works, it opens this mouth like this. It opens so hard like this when there's a huge move, right, that had happened. If there's no huge move that occurred, it will be just like this, right? So at some point from this line that you see, this vertical line, to this vertical line right here, you could see that it has gone above, which means you are looking for sell from there, right? And then I want to share with you the trade that we placed that had the 600 pips. The signal was somewhere here, right? Remember we say our MetaTrader is 3 hours ahead or 3 hours behind. What was it? Let's go to MetaTrader right here. So on MetaTrader, you can see the trade was placed at 18:26, which is almost 6:30. So we said it will be 9:30 on the other one. So from 9:30, which is somewhere around here, right? This is 9 o'clock, 9:30, somewhere here, right? That is where you see this massive move that started from here going up, right? Which is 800 pips from 9 o'clock. So the reason is simple. The blue line is above the what? The red line. But I want us to narrow down and show you. Let's just change the color so that you understand how to use this strategy, right? I want to change the color so that it's easy to see when you switch to a lower time frame. So from around here, we are only looking for buy opportunities, right? So I enter using M15. That's my strategy. I go to H4. I see the signal. I enter using what? M15. The same thing that happened right here from this line here. This was I was looking for a sell signal. Let me just change the color. I use blue, right? All right. So when you go to a lower time frame now, you're also looking for the same things, right? Remember, we said from this purple magenta line, right? I don't know what color is this, pink, magenta, it's what, purple? Yeah, it's purple. So from this purple line, we say we are looking for buy trades only, right? So if you go to a lower time frame, you can see The blue line was also above the red, which was our buy, right? So that is why I placed this trade, right? And since the reason why I kept on holding to the trade is because on a higher time frame on M4, it gave us a signal that it's a buy. And then when I switch on to a lower time frame, that's when I saw that it's also supporting that it's a buy. So I was going to take a buy. So just in case maybe the stop loss was hit, I was going to re-enter with the M1, right? Because sometimes you can find out my stop losses that I use are for M15 for 15 minutes time frame. So which means if I buy here, my stop losses can be 40, 20 pips, right? 25 pips to 40 pips. In this case, it was just 25 pips, right? So what I did, I placed this trade right here, around somewhere around right here. We ride along all the way, right? So it's also safe. So what I did, since I know that the day is just reset for the daily drawdown limit for the funded account, it's just reset. I decided that I'm going to let it run, because it reset when it was still around here. So which means even if it hit the stop loss, I was not going to lose the account, right? So what I did, I just placed a buy. So if we go back to the blue line right here, right? You remember I said we are only looking for what? For a sell trade, right? So I think the sell trade that we ended up getting, all right. So the way I marked this, right? You can see I marked this on a H4, which means probably when the signal was going to come, it was not here. This was when I mark when the beginning of the what? All right, let me remove this. In fact, let's go back to a H4. I want to mark when we start selling, right? Because like I said, when I look, it was actually here. All right, it was here. This was still above, right? So which means I was looking for sell trade right here, from here to here, right? So the moment I actually started looking for the sell trade, it was here on the second blue line. So if we go to was this from here to here, this is 4 hours, that's when the signal was generated, right? So if you go below to a lower time frame right here, which means I started looking for a sell trade from this second blue line, right? But as you can see here, this line was a blue line. We're not able to take any sell trade right here. We're not able to take any sell trades. I think my sell trade was placed right around, what was the time? Let's check. My sell trade, this was what? 12:22, which was around 1. Around 1, which we should be around 1 right here, right? On this line, right here. Around 1. From 1 o'clock, that's when I started selling right here. Because I got a what? A sell signal. They both agree that we are selling, right? If red is above the blue, we are selling. Red crosses below the 0 line, we are selling. That is why I placed this sell from here, right? From here to here. The take profit was hit 100 pips, right? So I did not target a huge risk reward right here. Most of the time, if I'm trading against the trend, I use a lower time frame, right? So here, this trade, I think I entered it. I use a M15 as a higher time frame, and then I scalp with the M1 or M5. I don't remember which time frame I use, but I want us to go to that so that we can see how was the signal, right? We said from 1 should be somewhere here, right? 1 should be somewhere here. So the signal that I used was not this one here, because this one on M1, there's too much noise. I use this one right here. Let's just try to make it to make sure that it can draw the signals to, because here it was only counting 500 bars. I wanted to count 50,000 bars so that we can come back here on M1, right? All right. So what happened? I was not using this one. All right. When I switch to a very lower time frame, I don't use that one. I can only use this one to get the perfect entries. So you can see from this second line, I was looking for a sell. Here there was no sell. The sell came right here. Right. That's when the sell came. Right. So once I place my sell right here, the trade moved down. I think it came here, it went back up, it came back. So I was no longer listening to this because I know that on a M15, a higher time frame, it was saying to go down, right? And also the M15 is a sweet spot for this trading strategy, right? So I only listened to this. M1 was just to get the perfect entry, like right here, right? Because if I were to end down a M15, I was going to sell right here, right? And I was probably going to lose the trade here. And if I lose the trade, if I lose when I enter with the M15, I re-enter with M1, like what I said in the beginning of this video. I don't know if I said it or not. You can see this was a nice super entry right here. The stop loss is still above here, above 25 pips was around here, right? You can see this trade went down, it came back up, break even. I was not listening to this noise because there's too much noise on a M1, right? But in some cases, it's important that you can listen to the noise. You enter, you exit right here, which was right around here, right? And then you wait again, you re-enter right here, right? This was a re-enter here, the same price. It goes down. You were going to exit also around here. You could also re-enter right above here. You exit way right here. But normally I don't want to have too much commissions and stuff. So if I enter right here on a higher time frame, when I know that the higher time frame is telling me, in this case it was the M15, it was telling me that it's going to go down. That is why I send that signal that I showed you guys in my Telegram channel. So I also send free Forex signal channels. So if you guys are interested, you can go to the description of this video. You'll find my Telegram channel. You also find some other information, like useful information right there, right? So right now, you can see this trade, our trade was closed, the one I was showing you guys. So right now you can see our trade was closed, the one I was showing you guys right here, right? So this was a buy signal that we hit right now. So this was the stop loss that was hit in the group. I also shared that this stop loss was hit right here. This is the stop loss. I think I had two stop losses hit before I could win. This was, yeah, this was the first signal that I sent. The stop loss was hit in the group, right? I also update the stop loss was hit 25 pips, right? I place another buy. I think this is for today, right? Yeah, is it? Yeah, you can see this one was hit at 751. I place another buy right here, right? And then this buy, it was actually pending up until I said what? Trade activated. And then the stop loss was hit again right here. Stop loss hit. We re-enter same trade. Sometimes it's just a miss or a mistiming, right? So we re-enter the same trade right here. I said this at 832, right? So 832, which should be 932 on this platform, right? 932. I'm not sure. What is it? 9 something, right? You can see the trade right here. It's saying 950. So this was, we said we re-enter when the what? When the the trade, the setup still valid. Like you could see the setup was still valid, right? So we re-enter. That's how we managed to hit this take profit, right? So if you guys are interested in this trading system, make sure to contact me. I've put my my contact details on the screen and also in the description of this video. So if you want to understand how this trading system works, I'm going to also put a little bit about how it works in the description of this video, just in case maybe I didn't explain it properly, since I was distracted by open trades and all these other things that was going on, and also trying to show you everything in one go. But just to give you a last run, the way my trading system works is very simple. When a blue line crosses above the red line, I'm looking for buy trades. When the red line crosses above the blue line, I'm looking for sell trades, right? That is the main idea that you should have. And whenever I risk, I want to risk more than 1:1. In my case, I like to risk a bit on the upside, like 1:3, 1:4. The reason being, I use a higher time frame as a trend confirmation. Like in this case, I go to H4, which is my higher time frame, right? In this case, I'll go to H4, which is my higher time frame, right? So you can see this was H4, right? We're only looking for buy trades from here, from this line. So you can see even now it keeps on. It's even very strong. As I was talking to you, I think it was around here, right? From the time I started making this video up until now, you can see it has actually moved even, I'm not sure, but I think it moved more than 80 pips or so, because my take profit was almost 1:4, right? It was almost 1:4. So when I started showing you, the trade was running profit somewhere around up there, right? So I don't want to waste much of your time, guys. If you go to a higher time frame, you see that it's a buy trend. You will go to a lower time frame, you look for buy signals, right, at M15. If M15, maybe you mistime the entry, it goes down and hit your stop loss, you should go to M1 and see if there's going to be a buy, if the M15 is still saying buy. So if you check here, this is a buy, trend buy, right? The system will tell you right here that it's a buy signal. It also gives you those pops up, like it also gives you those pop-ups, which like the ones which are making noise in the background of this video. So this is simple, and this is how I do it. There's nothing complicated, right? So stop looking to draw trend lines and all that, trying to buy the tops, trying to sell the tops and buy the dips, right? In most cases, that means you are going against the trend, right? So trading against the trend, you might be lucky if you get the signal 1 out of 5 maybe, or maybe you might win. But the probabilities of going with the trend are higher than I can only miss time the entry and lose the trade, but the probability that the trade will continue in that direction is high, right? So from now on, I think you can see how easy it is to get these nice pips, right? Even here, this is a non-repenting trading system, guys. So whatever signals you see right there, they are there in real time, right? So I want to switch to a M1. Maybe I might get a signal so that you see how the signals are generated, right? Okay, that's a notification at the background, in the background right there. Okay, right now there's no, so you can see even when when the direction changes, it doesn't come and remove the signal right here, right? It doesn't do that. So let's see if we are able to get any sell trade right here. I wanted to show you how the signals are generated. So you can see right here, this was a sell from here. You can see the price drop 40 pips before it actually goes back up. And then this was another signal right here, a buy signal right here on this candle. The price goes up right here, 50 pips before you get this sell. You can also check here. This, I think it was going to be a losing trade. Yeah. So this was a sell right here. You see it turned, quickly turned. Maybe you lose some 10, 15 pips right here on here, right? So this is what I was explaining, that sometimes it will just go flat like this, right? So if I mark like this is a buy right here, right? This is when the signal came. If I mark right there, if it end up opening up like what it did here, oops. So if it end up opening the mouth like what it did right here on this, right? You can see that it opened the mouth when it was already here, right? But this was a buy even up here. So if this was a M15 time frame and you go to M1 time frame, there was going to be a chance to enter at the lowest time like here, right? What I'm trying to say is that when it's M15 and you see the line drawing like this, in some cases, if you switch to a lower time frame, you will be able to enter at the bottom here, right? But this one is doing this on a M1 because that's how the system draws the lines, right? So it's not going to manipulate the what. So you can see here we almost got a sell signal. If you check here, this is a buy trend. Sometimes it can be neutral, sometimes it can be sell. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you have watched my video up to okay, this is a sell signal now, right? So I just want to experiment. I know that the higher time frames, all of them, they actually what? They're actually pointing up, right? So let me just quickly go to terminal. Let's go to open trade, right? So this is a sell signal right here. I want to show you what happens when the signal fails, right? So normally I just take my stop loss should be 25 pips, which is right here, right? So I'm risking 250, just like all the other trades. And then right here, since it's a M1, all right, I'm getting a call right now. All right, so you can actually see this is when the trade was still running. You can see it was about 15,000 in profit right here. And you can see the volume, it was what, 2.5, right?